Hello and welcome to Photo Education Online. I'm Larry Lursey, and today I want to talk to you a little bit about lenses. As photographers, one thing we always want is more stuff. We're always looking for new lenses, new camera bodies, the latest software to adjust our images, that type thing, which is fine, but a lot of times you end up buying stuff you don't need. And as you're putting together your holiday wish list this year, you might consider looking into a prime lens. Now, what exactly is a prime lens? If you don't know what that is, a prime lens, I guess you could say in simple terms, it's the opposite of a zoom lens. It's a fixed focal length. Maybe it's 50 millimeter, 85 millimeter. That's all it is. A zoom lens, you generally have the option. Maybe it's a 70 to 200 zoom lens. And you can go anywhere from 70 millimeters all the way up to 200 millimeters and zoom in and out of the picture. A prime lens, you don't have that zooming capability. It's a set focal length. Here's an example one, 55 millimeter lens. If I'm composing a shot with this lens and it looks like I'm too far back, I don't have the option of just zooming in on the shot. I have to kind of zoom in the old-fashioned way by taking a couple of steps forward, and if I want to zoom back, take a couple of steps back. And so it does make you work a little bit more, but there's a couple of advantages to a prime lens. One of them is, obviously, as you can see here, is the size. I mean, this is probably the smallest lens in my camera bag. It's very light because it's not as complex as a zoom lens. It doesn't have the complex optics that the bigger lens has. So it's kind of nice that it's not going to add a lot of weight to your camera bag. It's also very inexpensive. You can buy this lens. This is actually a Nikon 50 millimeter. You can probably get this online somewhere or at any camera store for under $150. So it's not too expensive. The third thing that's really cool about it is the look. For example, this lens goes all the way down to 1.8. It's a very fast lens. And so with an f-stop at 1.8, you're going to get a really shallow depth of field. And if you look at this sample shot right here, you can see that the eye, really just one of the eyes is in focus. The second eye is starting to fall out of focus, and when you drop down even to the chin or the back of the head, it's really going out of focus. So it gives you a really shallow depth of field, but the two plus sides to that, one being maybe you want that really unusual look, or if you're in really low light and you really need the fastest lens you can get, that extra stop of light can really make a big difference. But you don't have to have that. If the second image here was one that I shot at f/16 with a close-up filter on top, so I could get in really tight. And so you can see you've got all the sharpness there, but it still gives it kind of that unusual look. And so it's kind of a cool thing to have in your bag. And so next time you're looking for something, consider getting a prime lens that you can try stuff out with. And one way you can decide on what kind to get is go back over a lot of your images that you shoot and go in and look at the information on them and look up at, are most of the things you're shooting, are you shooting most of them at 50, 60 millimeter? Or are you doing a lot more at 80 to 100 millimeter? And then based on that, maybe you see that you're doing a lot of portrait stuff and you're usually around 80 millimeter. Go out and buy you a 85 millimeter prime lens. So find the one that's closest to what you're using most often and buy that, and then if you like it, buy another one. But anyways, that's the prime lens. It's a cool thing to add to your camera bag, and if you have any questions, be sure to leave me a comment and I'll try and answer it for you. And check back soon for more tutorials. Thanks a bunch. Bye-bye.